with the announcement that MV Augusta's limited edition Rush is now in production for June delivery, not to mention now TVS-owned Norton looking for staff to build its V4, one of the most often asked, hotly contested, and debated motorcycling questions of all. What's the fastest production bike in the world? Rises its head yet again. Yet it's also one of the most politically sensitive and difficult to be conclusive about. After all, few manufacturers now claim top speed figures and few independent media outlets measure them. In today's video, we will be showing you amazing bikes you should see. Without further ado, let's begin. Norton V4RR. There's no denying the Norton V4, launched 2017, is surrounded by more than its fair share of controversy. But the news this week that new owners TVS are looking for production staff, the fact that it is still available to order, and the performance it promises demand that it's included here. The relevant numbers are a claimed 200 bhp from its home-brewed but Aprilia-inspired 1200cc 72-degree V4, a dry weight of 179 kilograms from its aluminum tube frame and cycle parts including Öhlins suspension and Brembo's brakes, and more. 2020 MV Augusta Rush. Another new bike delayed by all the COVID-19 stuff, but it promises to be worth the wait. MV announced this week that the 300 limited edition carbon bed deck Rush, the concept bike-styled roadster based on the Brewtail 1000, will now start being delivered in June, and it's so wacky and potent it had to be included here. MV claimed 205 bhp from its 998cc 4 with race pipe, a dry weight of 186 kilograms, a top speed over 300 kilometers per hour, if you can hang on, to go with its oddball looks, twin pipes, and £29,680 price. 2020 MV Augusta Brewtail 1000 Series Oro. Yes, another from MV, and one to perhaps take more seriously. The Italian frame's Brewtail 1000RR has been heavily reworked for 2020, and this initial limited edition Series Oro version, complete with 4 extra bhp thanks to a different exhaust/ECU and reduced weight due to its carbon fiber wheels, is claimed by MV themselves to be the fastest naked bike in the world. Its price is an equally mind-bending £38,000. Suzuki GSXR1000R. Oddly, just about the only survivor from the previous top 10 fastest, although that's mostly due to the fact that it alone has barely changed, we wanted to include another Japanese superbike for comparison with the new Fireblade, and it's difficult to be sure about the ZX10R and R1M, as their dry weight figures aren't available. In truth, the Suzuki Sports flagship, complete with variable valve timing, has actually moved up the ranking slightly, but that's more down to narrowing our selection to bikes currently available, ruling out previous oddballs like the old PGM V8 and the MTT Y2K turbine bike. BMW S1000RR M Sport. A bike that just goes to show what a difference a few years can make. The old S1000RR was already a monster performer, famed for its 199 bhp and placed 10th on our old fastest list, yet wouldn't even feature here. But its all-new replacement is not only more powerful, more sophisticated, more nimble, and yet also more rideable, it's also downright quicker too. The M Sport trim, including loud pipe and carbon wheels, the relevant numbers are 207 bhp and 173.3 kilograms, respectively, but that also adds up to a starting price of £19,995. 2020 Honda Fireblade SP. Tricky to be sure about this one, as no official dry weight figures have been released, so we've had to use a guesstimate. Based on a claimed curb weight of 201.3 kilograms and a 16-liter tank of fuel weighing around 12 kilograms, the dry SP will be at most 180 kilograms. That, coupled with its 215 bhp output, puts it in S1000RR M Sport territory, which is probably about right, seeing as this is the most powerful, extreme, and track-oriented Fireblade ever, and one that's been built specifically to win WSB. but it may be better still. Aprilia RSV4 1100 Factory. It's been a while since Aprilia's original, revolutionary, power-packed, compact, and electronics-laden first RSV4 1000 was competitive at world sports bikes level. It did originally come out in 2010 after all, which is why in 2019 they upgraded it into 1100cc form using the enlarged engine from the 1100 to Ono. And the result, although not WSB compliant, is simply phenomenal, especially in top-spec factory form. The engine is powerful and grunty, its tiny chassis sweet handling, and its sophisticated electronics and classy cycle parts up with the very best. Those proportions mean it won't suit larger riders, but if it fits, there are few finer road sportsters. The fastest, lightest, and most powerful production RSV ever built, and we've ridden it. Ducati Panigale V4R. The WSB homologation special, but road legal, version of Ducati's astounding all-new V4 superbike arrived last year and immediately blitzed all comers, winning BSB first time out with Scott Redding. Arguably, it should have been done the same in WSB too, but that's another story. In short, it has it all. Monster power, up from the S's 214, from the MotoGP-inspired V4, an ultra-lightweight monocoque chassis, the very best of cycle parts, world-pioneering aero aids, lashing of exotic Italian styling and poster appeal, and the £34,995 price to match. Watch it debut at the final Bennett's BSB round of the 2018 season under the guidance of Ducati's MotoGP test rider, Michael Pirro. With the announcement of MV's Augusta limited edition Rush is now in production for June delivery, not to mention now TVS-owned Norton looking for staff to build its V4, one of the most often asked, hotly contested, and debated motorcycling questions of all. What's the fastest production bike in the world rises its head yet again. Ducati Superleggera V4. Just when you thought Ducatis couldn't get any more exotic and potent than the astonishing Panigale V4R, see above, the Balinese firm unveiled its most exotic and potent machine ever for 2020. Superleggera is the name applied to Ducati's limited edition superlight version of its flagship superbike, and with a full 234 bhp with race exhaust and just a 152.2 kilogram dry weight due to its lashings of carbon fiber, it's certainly their most powerful and lightest yet. And with a price tag of €100,000, 84,000 pounds, it's also their most expensive. Why don't they race it in WSB? They can't. The class has a price ceiling of €40,000, 35,000 pounds, which also helps explain the price of the V4R. Kawasaki Ninja H2/R. The king is dead. Long live the king. Last time out, the astonishing 49,000-pound supercharged H2/R came out top, and although the competition is close in, it remains there today. Just. Kawasaki set out to produce the world's most powerful production machine, and it achieved just that. In full-bore, track-only R trim, the Kawasaki is claimed to produce a whopping 306 bhp, rising to 322 bhp with ram air effect. That, combined with a lightweight, tubular steel trellis chassis, although the 193 dry figure is a guesstimate based on its published 216 kilogram wet figure, is what keeps it on top. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.